going on, guys? This is Warfare Elite here, bringing you guys another video. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about I might be done with mentoring. Stick around. What's going on, guys? Warfare Elite here, another video, of course. And so this is something that's literally just happened today. So I'm going to paint a little bit of a story for you guys, so you can get a little bit of perspective. Like I said, I make these videos to kind of help you guys out, share my experiences. Maybe it's a good story for you guys. Maybe I just want to vent a little bit, whatever it is. But this is a story of somebody that I had to kick out literally today, a couple of hours ago. Anyways, so let me help painting the picture for you guys. So first and foremost, I've been mentoring for about a good year and a couple months or so. So yeah, I had an ELD previous to this one who was, having struggles with, basic Qualcomm stuff like life in the load or whatever. So what happened was I got with my boss. I was just asking questions, like, how can I reach this guy a little bit better? He's not really getting it. I wasn't trying to get him off my truck or anything. The whole point of me having that conversation with my boss was, how can I help this guy a little bit better? Right? They suggested that we send him to our Phoenix terminal, which, they deal with, training. Their main job is just a training terminal, really. Really great people there. That'll help you grasp it. Maybe if it's something on my end, maybe I'm not helping the guy, maybe, they'll be able to reach them a little bit better than I could. So anyways, that's what happened. So the ELD I was supposed to have, I had him for like a week or so, probably need another 2 weeks or whatever. They sent that guy to Phoenix, Arizona, and I ended up getting this new one who was supposed to go with one of our female mentors. He was a little bit of a trouble though. So they prefer to put him with me instead of a female. Just because, he had a little, cockiness to him and things like that. So they already knew from the jump that this one might be an issue. So much of an issue, they wouldn't put him with they didn't want to put him with the female. They'd rather have him with me or whatever, right? So anyways, that's cool. I get to Denver terminal, I switch out ELDs. The guy I had with me, he moved all his stuff out, he lives in Denver, so I don't know if he went home for the weekend or so before he went to Phoenix. And then they were just getting through with orientation. So that day, that guy finished up with orientation, came up on my truck, and we were kind of all set to go. I was already out of hours of service, so I needed to do a 34-hour reset, which was pretty well needed, but I wasn't allowed to. He wanted to stay in a hotel room. He didn't want to stay the night with me in the truck. Of course, so the response to that was, boo-hoo, you're a trucker now. You're supposed to be in a truck. Get used to it, right? So he wasn't happy. He had to stay in the truck with me. He had to, not get a hotel. He was stuck in the truck with me. So whatever. I was in Denver taking our 10-hour break or whatever. Hung out with the girlfriend. Came back. He didn't have a pillow or a blanket or anything. So I hung out with the girlfriend. Went shopping. I tried to, Walmarts were closed. It was pretty late at night. Went looking for pillows and blankets at like CVS and Walgreens. They didn't really have anything at all. They just had like little small neck pillows or whatever. So nothing that was comfortable, just getting or buying from or whatever. So we came back to the truck, and I just gave him one of my pillows and one of my blankets, because he wasn't really prepared or anything. So we did that. Overall, he was pretty good. We had to go through pretty bad conditions. So he drove through snow really well. He listened when I told him not to be on cruise control. A little bit slow, but you expect that. They're supposed to, if they don't feel comfortable, they're going to go a little bit slower. So he did really good. He went through snow, ice. We had like a fog. We could barely see in fog. He did really good, slowed it down, put his flashers on, just like I told him to do. So yeah, I wasn't having any issues. I mean, it was a pretty decent guy. As far as, personality-wise, we were kind of bonding. We were, watch football together on the weekends. Things like that. I didn't really see anything that was wrong. Until he just kind of blew up at me. So we ended up delivering this load. We went from our headquarters in Salem, Oregon to Montana. Yeah, somewhere in Montana we ended up delivering it to. And you know, we got there, we were a little bit late, unfortunately. This is because they dispatched the load when, you know, it was only like 12 hours to get there, so we were we were pressed on time anyways. But we got there. Our appointment was like 1300. We got there at 1500, but you know, they took us or whatever. It was fine. So we kind of rushed for that. So once we got there, Home Depot, you know, you drop the trailer, you know, connect to the empty one, pull it out, connect back to your loaded one, you know, drop it in, whatever. We did all that. So we're connected to our empty trailer, about to leave, and then, you know, I decided, it was right next to like a Petco and Five Guys, so we got some food. I got some, you know, extra stuff for Lulu before we took off, and we had this next load going from Richland, Washington to Wisconsin, which is the load I'm currently on now. So we had that load or whatever, you know, we kind of took a little break, a 30-minute break there at the Home Depot, went shopping a little, got some food, ate, and it was pretty chill. So anyways, we were leaving that Home Depot or whatever, and this is kind of probably the first incident I really had with them, with like hitting anything. So we were pulling out of the Home Depot or whatever. His setup was pretty bad, so I let him know, you know, you had to come in wider or whatever. And I'm looking at them because I want to see if they're looking in the mirror. So if you're making a right-hand turn, I want you to see you looking in the right-hand mirror, looking at your tires, make sure you're not hitting anything. So I was looking at him, and then he was looking dead in my eyes, just like looking straight at me. And I was looking at him, I was looking at the mirror, looking at him. He would not break eye contact with me. It was weird. Anyways, we completely run over the curb, right? So I was looking at him like, hey, you saw the curb, right? And he just looked at me, looked away, looked at me again. He kind of just like laughed and giggled a little bit. And he's like, is that legal? So, I mean, I'm like, well, you hit a curb. I mean, I don't know if it's legal or not, but you hit it. That's, you know, stuff in school. You're not supposed to hit curves, right? You know, it is what it is. So I didn't make a big deal out of it. You know, I just pointed out, you know, you hit a curve, you know. Take it wider next time, just be more safe, blah, 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 whatever. You know, we kept going on throughout our day. Anyways, when we took that 30-minute break, I forgot to take Lulu out. So she had to go to the restroom, so we needed to stop. Unfortunately, there was no rest area, so we had to, like, hit one of those pull-out areas. So we're looking for them. I'm like, hey, you know, okay, hit a pull-out real quick. I just got to potty Lulu really quick, and then, you know, we head back on the road. He's like, yeah, sure. So we passed one. I was looking at him. He's just, you know, looking around. Pass another one. You know, I look at him, like, so I remind him, like, hey, you know, we're still looking for a pull-out, right? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's what that is. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't know or whatever. So, whatever. We eventually miss about 2 or 3 more. Come to a weigh station. The weigh station was closed. I was like, hey, can we just pull in there real quick so I can potty the dog? Like, yeah. So, try to pull into the weigh station. Misses that turn even. I don't know how you miss a weigh station. But, they didn't call us in or anything, of course. But, I mean, I pointed out there's a weigh station here. It's on your left. Make the left. Real quick. We're just making a pit stop. Whatever. So, he missed it. And I just kind of looked at him like, I did that little eye roll. I don't know if he saw it or whatever, but he got upset, right? So, whatever. He was kind of upset at himself, mostly. You know, we kind of talked about it a little bit. You know, he was upset with himself, blah, blah, blah. And that was kind of the end of it. You know, we kept driving. I pottied Lulu or whatever. We kept driving. We were going through fog. Had his brights on for about a good hour, blinding everybody. Well, not about an hour, but, you know, he had his brights on. So I was telling him, you know, probably turn those brights off when you're, you know, someone passes you or the oncoming traffic's coming, it's blinding them, you know. And then, you know, other truckers or whatever were flashing their brights at us, letting us know we had them on or whatever. So I told him, you know, you have your brights on, so he just turned them off. He didn't really say anything. He just looked at me, looked away. You can tell he's upset, right? So I don't really want to say too much more. Just trying to correct you, because the whole point of me being a mentor is to fix your mistakes. When you hit a curve, I tell you hit a curve. This is how you know hit a curve. When you have your brights on for a while, I'm supposed to tell you you're not supposed to have your brights on. You know, I'm just trying to train you to be a better driver, whatever. So he took a little bit of offense to that. Maybe he was upset with himself. Don't know for sure. It's that guy's mind, right? So, anyways, we had our load that was going from Richland, Washington to Wisconsin, which is the load I'm still on now. So we did that. This was our very first day where we were going to get more than 500 miles. So the whole time we were together, we only got like 200, 300 was probably the max that we got. You know, really short days. I didn't have any hours to really run. He would get tired, want to shut down. We had to shut down a couple of times due to weather. It was pretty bad winter conditions a lot of the time as well. So anyways, this was our very first day. Clear everything from Montana to Billings, to Billings, Montana, from Post Falls, Idaho. So that's a pretty good run, a good 10 hours I think came off of our clocks, or 10 and a half. So it was a good run. So we hit it, we got it there, a long day. You could tell he's kind of tired. This is the longest he ever ran. Had to use the restroom, sucked it up, did a really good job, not wanting to stop at a rest area, because I let him know, there's a rest area right there, we got time. This load doesn't deliver for 2 or 3 days, we'll get there in 2 days, we got time. But no, he wanted to push that, and I respected it, and, kind of applauded him for that, good job, whatever. So anyways, we get to Billings, Montana, our truck stop, when we pull in, and, we're going to set up for a back or whatever, right? So he starts pulling up on the right side, so I remind him, hey, you don't want to do a blind side back, let's do a sight side. Let's turn around and get on our sight side so we can, set up for a back. And, he was kind of upset. I don't know if it was because he was tired or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? So he just kind of ignored me and did it. And then he was on the right side, so I'm like, hey, you got to get on your left side so you can, find a spot, position to back it in. So he did. So we're pulling up to the spot, and this is the thing that pissed him off the most. I do not know why this thing made him so angry with me, but we're pulling to the spot, and how we set up for backs is I put the very front of our trailer to we're coming up to the spot in front of us. Once our trailer hits that spot, we go hard right. So that's how I teach it, right? I've been teaching, that's how we've been backing for the last week and a half. That's just how I teach it, that's how we do it. Best way to back. So we did that. We're pulling up to it. He started cutting it a little bit too early, so I let him know while he was still, cutting it right. I'm like, hey, probably got to take that an extra 2 feet, and then you'll be set up much better. And he got upset at that. I don't know why that was the trigger point, but I guess it was because he blew up after that. So anyways, we kept backing in or whatever. So I went right, left, I got out as a mentor, got out, kind of helped him back. First, had to correct it, because since he didn't go far enough, we had to catch up to it before we backed it in. Whatever, trucker talk, backing in, you guys get it. So, we weren't lined up straight, so I told him, you got to go further right. Got to get straight with your tractor and trailer, got to get straight in the hole, don't want to be in the hole diagonal, blah, 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 just typical mentor student. This is how you back, you want to be straight. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so we did it. He was getting upset at me that I told him I was guiding him, right? Because he's still pretty new at backing, He's not the best backer. I'm not just trash talking. I mean, this is not the best backer, right? So I guide him. I stop him when he's about to hit something. So we're about to hit that truck. I stopped him, pulled up. We're headed back, and I told him, you got to give him more right so we can get straight. So, I hear him in the truck just kind of mocking me, like, I'm holding it right. And I respond, you got to hold it more right so that when we catch up to it, we could be straight. So anyways, we did, backed into it, we got straight or whatever. And then when I got back in the truck, he was getting out of the truck to go use the restroom whenever he had to go pee pretty bad. I saw him mad under his breath, mumbling, on this, on that, on some gangs, I don't know, Crips, Bloods, whatever he is, he put it on them for, I don't know why, but it's on them now. So, he was all upset or whatever. He walked out, wanted to use the restroom. We were kind of done with it. So anyways, the next morning, I bring it up, so are you still upset at me? What's going on? Did I do something? I'm just trying to help you. And then he kind of blew up at me, right? So he was all mad, saying that the way I talk to him is extremely disrespectful. He is from the South, and since I am from the West Coast, we do not know how to talk to people that way. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just rude and disrespectful. I have no patience with him. I don't know. He had a lot of feelings that he wanted to get off of his chest, and he kind of blew up. To that, I was just saying, that's not what it is. I'm literally here helping you. What are you getting mad at? Because I have to tell you how to set up for a back, how I stop you from hitting things. Are you mad because I told you hit a curb? What are you mad at? It's literally my job to teach you, mentor you, to stop you from hitting things, to make you a better, I mean, I don't get what my job is, besides, you know, correcting you and teaching you. And if you're getting mad that I'm correcting you and teaching you, you know, we have an issue, right? So whatever. He's like, man, fuck this. Start cussing at me, even threatening me. He said he'll beat my ass in this truck, that if I want him out, I gotta take him out. I don't understand human beings anymore, guys. If you come into a job, all right, first off, if you think you're gonna beat my ass, you most likely will. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a fighter anymore. Have fun, beat my ass. I really do not give a shit. But just know you are not going to be getting a bus ride or a hotel to stay in if that's the route you choose, which I let him know. So you're going to be walking home if you choose that route, or, you know, I'm going to do this the right way. I let him know, you know, we're going to part ways, but I'm not going to just leave you on the side of the road. I'm going to get you a hotel. We're going to get you a bus ride. You can continue to fucking Gary, Indiana if you want. You can still solo out. I am not going to say anything that's going to get you fired or anything like that. You can keep going. We are just parting ways. I want nothing to do with you anymore, right? This guy did not want to get out of the truck. He wanted nothing to do with any of this. You know, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, beat your ass, blah, blah, blah. Got on the phone with his brother. Oh, this guy's a bitch, blah, blah, blah. It's insane. So anyways, my DM's off on the weekends. I was texting him, you know, I need this guy off my truck. You know, I want him to at least just stay in the truck stop while we get a hotel and stuff, you know, for him. But nah, he doesn't want to leave now. Now the only way he's going to leave is if I take him out on a stretcher or some weird shit. I don't know. But anyways, the whole point of this is, if you're going to have a job, if you are getting upset because someone's teaching you how to do the job, because somebody said something that you may not have taken it the right way, well, guess what? I hate to break it to you, but it's a job now. So suck it up, I guess. If you don't like the way I said something, maybe reflect a little bit inside, knowing that I'm not trying to be disrespectful for you. I don't think anybody at all that has ever been in my truck will think I've ever disrespected them. I don't think anybody will say I don't have patience with anybody. This guy was just on it, just probably talking straight up. I don't get it, but that's what happened today. A huge pain in the butt. I still have to do a reset. I'm out of hours, so I'm just kind of stuck here waiting to get hours back so I can even get this load hopefully on time now. But I don't know if I'm going to be mentoring anymore. You know, it sucks. It sucks dealing with people like this. I don't know what to do. I want to help people. That's the whole point of doing all this. You know, I make YouTube videos. I have a Facebook community. I literally have taken, since, you know, COVID started, I have not gone a week without having an ELD on me. I'm just trying to get you guys jobs. I'm trying to do the best I can. But you guys are starting to be something else. So, I mean, before you even come into a trucking company, just know it's a job, right? You're gonna have to learn the job. If someone's teaching you how to do something, if you're in driving school, you're not gonna tell your driving school and teacher, like, you know, fuck you, don't talk to me like that. You know, you're gonna do what they say because they're telling you to do something for your own good. And that's the exact same thing I'm doing. So I don't really get it. I think I might be done mentoring. I don't know. I might just take requests. I don't know if that's possible, but I am tired of the people they're putting on my truck. You know, it's getting weird, and now it's getting violent, you know. Of course, this one didn't escalate because I didn't let it escalate, and I just kind of kept quiet. I didn't want to keep talking shit, but this guy was literally threatening me in my own truck, you know. I don't want that. So if you guys are going through the same situation, if you guys are going through school, I hope to God, you know, you take a look back at yourself and know that is not how you should be at all, you know. Anyways, so that's my story anyways. I don't know if they're going to keep him with the company. I really hope they don't. I mean, I don't want anybody to lose a job, but that type of human being doesn't really deserve it, in my opinion, anymore. So anyways, it is what it is. That's my story. Much love. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.